So we are going to go ahead and get started right now for you guys. We've got the weekend box office plus Vanity Fair dropped a bunch of new photos as well as an article, which I'll talk about in a little bit. But let's go ahead and get into this week's episode, or this week's Facebook Live rather, right now. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It is Saturday morning. This is Bernansky's vlog. Good morning. It's Monday morning. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Jeremy Bernansky with Bernansky's vlog. I've got my iced tea. I've got my iced tea. I've got my iced tea here. I've got the box office report from this weekend. And let's go ahead and take a look at one news story then that dropped this morning. We are live right now. We are going to cover Friday's box office. So for this weekend's box office, on these Facebook Live sessions, we do like to cover the weekend box office. So what does that mean? That means that this is pretty impressive, as you'll hear in a minute. And I'm not going to give any spoilers, so don't worry. In theory, that film should have done gangbusters. This movie is so much fun. I think the rewatchability factor is super high. Wow, this was actually a fun time. I'm on board. Sign me up. Game over. If you're watching this on replay, thank you. All right, let's just get into it. Number 5, number 4, and number 3, number 2, and number 1. All right, we're back, and we are ready to talk about the weekend box office as well as that Vanity Fair article. Now, I'm going to go ahead, once we get to that, if you're watching this on replay, thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and just throw in the comments of this Facebook Live the article for Vanity Fair so you guys can check that out without having to use the Google machine. But if you're watching this on replay, I will be throwing the link for that article in the show notes below. All right, so let's take a look at the weekend box office. Weekend box office is looking pretty good. Coming in, we always go from number 5 to number 1. So the least amount of money to the most amount of money. Coming in at number 5, we have Daddy's Home 2, and that brought in $13,250,000. Then number 4 is Thor Ragnarok with $16,791,000. Then coming in at number 3 is Wonder with $22,300,000. Number 2 is Justice League with $40,730,000. And coming in at number 1 is Pixar's Coco at $49,022,000. So overall, not too surprising, especially if you saw the Saturday Facebook Live session where we kind of covered what happened on Friday. These numbers are matching pretty much what everybody was doing on Friday. There doesn't seem to be a big dynamic shift from Friday to Monday. So it looks like what people were seeing on Friday is what everybody saw all weekend long, which is pretty nice. So hopefully everybody had a good time at the theater. Now, if you're watching this and you just finished watching this week's brand new episode, you did see my review for Pixar's Coco as well as Daddy's Home 2 and A Bad Mom's Christmas. So hopefully you guys will be able to get out to the theaters to check those out since it is the Christmas time. But let's talk about kind of what stands out as far as the numbers show from my point of view for this weekend's box office. So not in the top 5, but still in the top 10 and just barely missed the top 5. Is Murder on the Orient Express. So that came in at number 6, and that was at $13 million, just flat, is what their early projections are reporting for the weekend right now. And as you heard, Daddy's Home 2 just barely beat that by $250,000. So, I mean, Murder on the Orient Express could have been in the top 5 for another week, which says a lot about that film and how much everybody's enjoying it who's watching that movie. Now, if you haven't seen that movie and you are wondering, should you see that movie? If you're watching this on the replay on YouTube, I'll go ahead and throw the link up right here, and you can check out my review for that. And again, it's just the review. You don't have to go through a whole show. It's just on that playlist for movie reviews. But also something else that stands out to me is Thor Ragnarok. Not that it's in the top 5, because that doesn't surprise me. That movie's super fun. And if you're watching this on replay, I'll throw up that card right there, and you can check out that review as well. But it dropped out of almost 800 theaters. So Box Office Mojo estimated that it's been pulled from 799 theater showings. So even with 800 less theaters, it's still making $16 million plus, almost $17 million, coming in at number 4. I think that's pretty impressive. And I think that speaks to how enjoyable and how well done Thor Ragnarok actually was. And kudos to everybody involved with Thor Ragnarok. So everybody who is a faithful watcher of the show knows that I'm a fan of Taika Waititi, who is the director. And while I don't have a review that you can check out for What We Do in the Shadows, which is like a vampire mockumentary that he did with the guys from Flight of the Conchords, I definitely recommend you check that out. I believe, I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, just throw it in the comments below and let me know. But I believe it's on Amazon Prime. So if you have Amazon Prime, I think you can stream that. So definitely check that out. What We Do in the Shadows. It's a vampire mockumentary. So it's a very dry humor vampire movie that also deals with werewolves, or as they're referred to in the movie, swearwolves. So check that out. But let's go ahead and give a second here real quick to let me check the board and see if we have any comments about the weekend box office from you guys as far as what your thoughts are. So give me 1 second just to pull that up. All right, nothing so far. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is I'm going to go ahead and throw the link for the Vanity Fair article into the comment section here on Facebook Live, so that you can check that out. So give me 1 second just to cut and paste that. So let me get that in there. All right, cool. So if you're watching this right now on Facebook Live, just go down to the comments section below the video, and I just copied and pasted the link for that article there. It's actually a really nice article. I haven't gotten all the way through it. I got about halfway through it because it is a lengthy read, and there's a lot of really good photos that kind of separate the writer's thoughts, which I enjoy. And it's just taking a look at the Marvel Cinematic Universe so far. And it's also taking a look at Kevin Feige and what he's been able to do through his career, not just with Marvel, but starting out, he had, in the article, it lists his college internship that he had with Richard Donner. And if you're a fan of movies, which I'm assuming you are if you're watching this show, because I don't think it's the mellifluous sound of my voice that you're paying attention to. I think it's your appreciation of movies. So Richard Donner, you know, he did 1978 Superman, which is incredible. And then also he did the Lethal Weapon movies. He did Scrooged. And he also directed Goonies. So he actually had an internship, Kevin Feige did, with Richard Donner in college. And then from there, it kind of showcases his career and everything else. And then it also builds out and talks about the Marvel Cinematic Universe, kind of what has gone from beginning to now, and then also what the future looks like. So check that article out. It's really good. Like I said, it's a little bit longer, but I'm halfway through it right now, and I'm really enjoying it. So I'd recommend you read that. Now, if you're watching this on the YouTube replay, that article will just be in the show notes below, so you can go ahead and check that out. But I definitely recommend you give it a read. Plus, the photos of all of the characters that are going to be in Avengers Infinity War look spectacular. And it's not just like them in their movies, like, you know, Iron Man and all of Iron Man's people. So, you know, Happy Hogan and then War Machine, they're like spread out, and it's just different groups of people. Now, I don't know if these are going to be the groups that they're with in the movie as they're kind of going around trying to stop Thanos and his minions. But it could be. I don't know. I doubt it will be. I think it's just how they decided to take the photo shoot and who they thought would look good mixed up together. And I think it looks good. So I'm recommending you check that out. But let me go ahead and, before we go ahead and sign off for this week's Facebook Live session, let me go ahead and take a look here at the board just to make sure we don't have any questions or anything like that that I need to reply to right now. Just give me 1 second just to refresh that. All right, and I don't show anything at this time. So we're going to go ahead and sign off with no questions. If you have any comments and you're watching this on replay, go ahead and leave those comments in the comments below, and then we can go ahead and keep the conversation going all week long for that. If you're watching this on the YouTube replay, thank you guys so much. I recommend on the sidebar here, you can see all the social media that we're on, and all of the social media is just the same. It's Bernansky's Vlog. So go ahead and check us out on all of there. Because as I said, we do like to keep everything just a little bit different on each one, so that there's a reason for you to follow us on each one. Because, you know, why would you follow us if I'm just regurgitating the same information on every single platform? So go ahead and check us out on all the social media, which is Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Stardust. And Stardust, again, is where I'll be doing my trailer reactions or trailer reviews for movie trailers that are dropping that I have an opportunity to check out. All right, everybody, we are going to go ahead and get out of here. Thank you so much for watching this week's Facebook Live Monday morning box office breakdown report. And again, go ahead and check out that Vanity Fair article. It's a really good read, and the photos look super dope. So we're going to get out of here. Thank you to everybody who is watching this on the replay as well. Go ahead and make sure to give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Click that subscribe button. And as always, we will see you next Monday morning at 10 a.m. PST for a brand new episode of Bernansky's Vlog. Have a great week, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye. Hi, everybody. I'm Jeremy Bernansky, and you've just finished watching a Facebook Live replay. Now, if you enjoyed that, you may also want to check out the weekly show playlist, as well as the movie news playlist, which covers just the news segments from every Monday's episode. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and click that subscribe. We'll see you guys next Monday right here on YouTube for a brand new episode of Bernansky's Vlog at 10 a.m. PST. Have a great week. Take care.